follow me everywhere I go.
I'd like to talk to you about the need for intercession. The need for intercession and what intercession can do in your life as a believer. The need for intercession. What is intercession? The word enter, it's a combination of two words. Intercession is a combination of two words. To intercede. Inter means middle, and seed means to stop. Enter. Come, let me illustrate something. Come, Emma. Stay there. Look up. Emma, stay there. Emma, I want you to come and fight him. Fight him very well. This is what an intercessor is. This is who an intercessor is. An intercessor is somebody who stays in the middle to stop a particular action from taking place. That's what intercession is. Amen, somebody. All right, so I want to show you the need to intercede. Intercede for your father's house. Intercede for your mother. Intercede for your brothers, for your wife, for your sisters, for your children. You need to build a culture of intercession. Don't just be a Christian that does not intercede. Build that culture. It's important. I'm going to show you a lot. The book of Ezekiel chapter 22 verse 30. Let's start from that. Ezekiel 22 and verse 30. It says, "And I sought for a man among them that should make up the hedge and stand in the gap before me for the land, that I should not destroy it. But I found none." I'm looking for a man that will stand in the gap. In other words, the problem that your business is having is because you're not interceding for your business. Listen, there's a difference between the prayer of intercession and warfare and thanksgiving and supplication. These are different kinds of prayer. But intercession is one of the most powerful type of prayer. The church lack intercession, and that's why we are having challenges all over. The reason your father's house is having issue is because you're not interceding for the father's house. The reason your auntie is having a problem is because you're not interceding for. The reason your children are not married is because you have refused to intercede for them. God is saying, I am looking for a man that will stand at the middle and stop evil from happening, but I found none. God is saying, I am not the one that will do it. Somebody need to command me to do it. But when I came, I saw the wrong happening in your father's house, but there was nobody that would tell me to stop it. I am looking for a man who will seed the evil actions, who will stop the delayed marriages. I'm looking for a man who will stop delayed pregnancies. I'm looking for a man who will stop these sicknesses, these incessant losses. I'm looking for a man who will stop this nonsense of not making sales. But I found none. So if somebody will answer the call right now and decide to stand in the gap, it will stop. It's still happening because nobody's standing in the gap. Rather than intercede, what you do is to complain. Na when hegere na Nigeria, when he again. Na ona nem when he again. Na wana manwo. The time you used to complain and compare, if you can use half of it and intercede, you will change something. Stop complaining. Stop reporting issues. Intercede. I have a lot of examples, even in the church. I'm narrowing it down to church because This is our anniversary. And we've lost a lot of people in church. We lost a lot of people. Some people are still members here, but they just come here because this has become a place where they have members, friends. It's like a family to them, but Obiha Paula. Lost so much, so many people. We lost a lot of things in church because people have failed to intercede. I'm going to show you two persons in church. Two of them had issues, but one was saved and the other one died. I'm going to show you why one was saved and the other one died. Let me start from the man they call Peter. Luke chapter 22, verse 31 to 32. Luke 22, 31 to 32. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan had desired to have you, that he may do what? Sift you as wheat. Everybody help me read 32. Like a choir, mass choir. 1, 2, louder. Go! Stop. Rewind. Pause. Play. Go! What happened? And so Peter, there was a plan of the enemy against him. Satan planned to destroy him. But Jesus saw it. Jesus didn't go to gossip about it. Do you know Adolf? Adolf is in trouble. Oh. That man, Otana. We watch it. I realized that Ojukunaga. Translate the word Adolf. Nobody gossiped about him. They prayed for him. The Bible didn't say they gossiped about his trouble. The Bible said they prayed for him. Did you see Emeka's wife? Hey. Was it not last week he said that the wife is pregnant? I was there in his house. He's not pregnant, okay? Or actually they didn't gossip about Peter and his challenges. They prayed for him. They didn't go to tell the whole world that the maker's wife did not have a child. They went to pray. The problem of the church is gossiping with ourselves because we don't love ourselves. We see our problems, instead of interceding for each other, we gossip with each other. We can't break through like that. That's the problem of the church. People you call your friends, rather than interceding for you, they gossip. That's why these days, as a matter of fact, I don't have friends. I don't go out. If you don't see me in my office, you see me in my house. Because this generation is somehow, if anything happens to you, it's their point of celebration. If you have a small problem, and they get to know. I am praying that God will send me to friends who know how to intercede. I'm looking for friends who they will hear what is happening to me and they hold my hand and squeeze my hand. Chibuzo, it's okay. Don't worry. Bros, it's okay. But the problem we have in church is that we kill ourselves. We judge ourselves. We massacre ourselves with our gun, which is our mouth. This same Peter, why was Peter saved? Because they interceded for him. Look at this. Acts chapter number 12. The second time Peter had a problem, what happened? I'm talking to you about the need for intercession. Acts 12, I'm going to read verses 5 and then jump to 7. 5 and then I jump to 7. Peter therefore was kept in prison. Another problem again. He has another problem. What happened? Hey, everybody, what happened? I can't hear you. What happened? Look at the screen. Open your mouth. Hello, everybody, what happened? Again? Of the what? Did they say gossip was made without season? Did they say laughing at him was made without season? What did they do? They prayed without ceasing. Okay, guess what? Check, go to the next verse. Look at it. Verse 7. I want you to put Message Bible on this verse 7. Or maybe NIV. Put it up for us. I want us to read it in our today's English and hear what Peter was doing. Uh-huh. 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 The angel did what? He did what? What was he doing? Only when the problem was even sleeping. Okwe Adalamba. He has given up. He has thrown in the towel. You know now. He has given up. But how was Peter saved? Somebody somewhere gathered other brethren and they were praying for him. Peter didn't die because brethren prayed for him. The need for intercession in the body of Christ. We need to start praying for each other. We need to start interceding for each other. Not gossiping with each other. Not taunting each other. Not making caricature. Nasina city cruise. We say na biadia. Agura mo na agwa. Oya on awulielu onyara. Ona akwarisha agara. Agwa mo na agwa. Before agura me na akwa no ho a mo na ga no otu nga ngomman. People who wish evil to happen to you. We are not called to laugh at people when they are down. Larry, praise the Lord. I don't know if you those to say church. I got me agba onyara. You is a black yeah. Why would you rejoice at the downfall of your brother? Otu negiti na madu. Ya we problem. Are you competing with your brother? What's your problem? The need for intercession. Okay, let's see. You know, another apostle that had a problem, his name is Judas. Hello? You remember Judas? Judas has the same problem. Matthew 27. From verse 2 to 5. It's a long one. Let's read it fast. And when they had bound him, they led him away and delivered him to Pontius Pilate, the governor. 3. Then Judas, which had betrayed him, when he saw that he was condemned, repented himself and brought again the 30 pieces of silver to the chief priests and elders. 4, saying, I have sinned in that I have betrayed the innocent blood. And they said, what is that to us? See thou to that. 5, and he cast down the pieces of silver in the temple and departed and went and did what? Hanged himself. Why did Judas die? Nobody prayed for him. He was abandoned. He was forsaken. He was literally... Was what? Wait. Mom is speaking grammar here. This is Sonsoka. Uh-huh.
So he was depressed and frustrated. Forsaken. He felt rejected. He felt lost. He felt abandoned. He felt he was finished.
Hey! Ekom ne kuka here. Jesus. Oh, welcome. Mpaya sogari na school ike we am so sorry. Oh, welcome kuka here. Chide ike wo lawyer e gasukari wa him na beke. Jesus. The man was abandoned. Recklessly abandoned. Nobody prayed for him. And he died. Do you know so many people who have died in our families are in different problems because we have refused to pray for them? Look at Abraham. in the book of Genesis, chapter 18, from verse 31 to 33, his nephew had a problem. It doesn't concern him because he was living in another place, whereas the guy was living in another place. His name is Lot. Lot was living in a place called Sodom and Gomorrah. Hello? He was living in Sodom and Gomorrah. And Abraham was living in another place. They were not planning to destroy where Abraham was. They were planning to destroy what? Sodom and Gomorrah. But look at the power of intercession. There was no plan to save Lot. The reason that the angels spared Lot and saved him was because Abraham interceded. Let's read that scripture. Genesis 18, from verse 31. And he said, behold, now I have taken upon me to speak unto the Lord. Peradventure, there shall be 20 found there. And he said, I will not destroy it for 20's sake. 32. And he said, oh, let not the Lord be angry, and I will speak yet but these ones. Peradventure, 10 shall be found there. And he said, I will not destroy it for 10's sake. 33. And the Lord went his way as soon as he had left communion with Abraham. And Abraham returned unto his place. If you check the next chapter, the angels of the Lord arrived at Sodom and remembered Lot, Abraham's nephew. And they said, we cannot destroy Lot because of Abraham's intercession. Hey, Lot, where's your father? Do you have anybody here? Check the next chapter, chapter 18, from verse 1 and 2. You see where they were discussing. Hey, what's going on? Go to Genesis at chapter 19. And there came two angels to Sodom at evening. And Lot sat in the gate of Sodom. And Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them. And he bowed himself with his face towards the ground. Yes, verse 2. And he said, behold, now my Lord, stone I pray thee, blah, 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 blah. Verse 3. And he pressed upon them, verse 4. But before they lay down, the men of the city, verse 5. And they called unto Lot and said unto him, where are the men which came into thee this night? Bring them out unto verse 6. And Lot went out to the door, verse 7. And he said, I pray, verse 8. Come and check verse for me. Behold now, I have 2 daughters, that's it, which have not known men. Oh, no, that's it. He's still negotiating with the Sodom people. Go down. Where they asked him and his wife to go. And the men said unto Lot, hast thou here any besides son-in-law and thy sons and thy daughters? And whatsoever thou hast in the city, bring them out of this what? Of this place. Yes, 13. For we will do what? Because. So they are going to save Lot, his sons-in-law, daughters-in-law, because Abraham prayed. Abraham negotiated. Lot was not there when they were negotiating for his life. Your brothers don't need to come to your house and beg. You can pray wherever you are and God will save them. Let me show you why you should do that. Do you know that Job suffered for 9 months? How many of you know that? Job, his suffering lasted for how many months? 9 months. How did Job turn around his problems? What happened? Who can tell me? The problem of Job ended because Job decided to intercede. Job decided to pray for his friends. That's how he changed his situation. Look at the book of Job chapter 42. Let's start from verse 9. Job chapter 42. Are you there? So Eliphaz the Temanite and Bildad the Shunammite and Zophar the Naamathite went and did according to as the Lord commanded them. The Lord also accepted Job. Verse 10. Help me read together. 1 to go. And the Lord saw the captivity of Job when he prayed for his friends. When he did what? Hey, when he did what? How did Job change his situation? By praying not for himself, but for his friends. There are prolonged battles in your life that can end just by praying for your friends. It will just end. Just forget yourself. Forget your father's house and pray for your people around you. Job's captivity was turned around when he decided to intercede for his friends. When was the last time you prayed for your friends and not gossip with them? And not make their misfortune the story, night story between you and your wife. Na Carlo, obira ibi make yesterday. Ngwani anke tro father. Ihe mere Carlo. Nwunye gị kwegị n'aka. Ewu di mkpa him dey like ya gị. Onye ara. When was the last time you took time and prayed for your friends? I didn't tell you. Hey, Doris and Chinedu, they don't break up. Lord, Mishael like this. How can they break up? I told you, I know bet you. Why are you rejoicing over somebody's misfortune? Job turned around his captivity because he prayed for his friends. And look at what God did for him. How did God turn around the captivity of Job? Let's continue with that scripture, verse 10 and 11. And the Lord turned the captivity of Job when he prayed for his friends. Also, the Lord gave him how many? Twice of what? How did God do it? Verse 11. Then came there unto him all his what? Brethren and all his sisters, and all they that have been of his acquaintance before, and did eat bread with him in his house. Now listen, the Bible said his brothers and sisters, they've been there and Job had been suffering. And they refused to look at Job. They refused to look towards his direction. All his business partners, they are still rich. Everybody turned their back on him. Every single one of them. His friends, business, each and every one of them, they all abandoned Job. But everything turned around when Job interceded for his friends. When he began to pray for his friends, each one of them came. Look at this. This will shock you now. Bring it up, verse 11. How did they do it? Watch this. And they bemoaned him and comforted him over all the evil that the Lord had brought upon him. Every man also gave him what? A piece of money, and everyone an earring of gold. Job now. The same people came back to him one by one. Each one of them gave him gold and gave him money. If you read the next, Job became richer than all of them again. How did it come? The same people said, the same people said, Job, I won't tell him. I saw what tell him. The same people were the people that blessed him. Why didn't they bless him all this while? Power of intercession. If you want to change your situation, forget yourself. Start praying for others. Look at your younger sister and her husband. Now be anageg every time. Start interceding for them. Look at Larry Mishael. Now be anageg every time. Instead of it going on when black teeth and K leg, start praying for him that God will visit him. If you begin to pray for one another and not gossip one another and not make caricature of our misfortunes. Listen, if you will only know that your prayer for somebody is your gain, you will start praying. When you pray for somebody, the prayer you are praying for the person in the realm of the spirit is turned around for you. So, rather than praying for yourself, spend 1 hour and pray for somebody. You will get twice. The Bible said that God gave Job twice because he prayed once. If he had 1 car, God gave him 2 cars. How did he get the double? Remember, his friends had money. But when God blessed Job, God blessed him double of what his friends had. The secret is in intercession. He prayed for others.
Thank you so much for watching. I'm sure you have been truly blessed. To share your praise report or prayer request, SMS Pastor Larry on the numbers showing on your screen, or you can email us at larrymichelle123@gmail.com. God bless.